Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another episode of Jash Reads. Today we are continuing reading Megamorphs #1, The Andalite's Gift by Kay Applegate. And I would have actually got this out sooner, but I was watching A Quiet Place finally. And yeah, that's a good movie. If you want to check that out, that is a good one. Okay. And this chapter is narrated by Jake. Yay! I don't know why I do those voices. Help. Okay, let's go. Marco and I took the bus to a place close to where the dust beast had attacked Rachel and destroyed the ice cream truck. The bus stopped and we climbed off. We were at a combination gas station and convenience store just off the highway. There was a Denny's across the street and a Dairy Queen not far off. The wreckage of the Ben & Jerry's trucks was at the gas station. It had been towed there to get it off the road. There wasn't much left of the trailer. It had been chewed up and ground into splinters. Well, Marco said dryly, that sure looks like the work of the same creature that ventilated Darlene's house. You do realize you shouldn't have been there in the first place, I said. Someone could have been killed. Like I knew some devil beast was going to come after me? Marco demanded. I let it go. Marco knew he'd screwed up. At least, I hoped he knew. Come on, I said. You have the bag? Of course I have the bag, Marco grumbled. We headed for the woods. Once well into the trees, we began scanning the tree branches. Up here, Tobias said in thought-speak. He was on a branch, preening his feathers. He used his beak to sort of comb through each feather. Is this really the time to be worrying about looks? Marco asked. Preening isn't about looks, Tobias said patiently. I'm cleaning and straightening feathers. Clean feathers fly better. How do you even get dirty? Marco wondered. I mean, flying all the time. I was hungry, so I ate a mouse. A mouse just like the one you became this morning, Tobias said. It wasn't a very clean kill. Any other questions? I smiled as Marco turned slightly green. Where's Axe? I asked. He's coming. He's about a mile back. He's fast, but he's on foot, whereas I flew. Did you? No, Tobias answered. I didn't see anything. No humans walking this area of the woods at all as far as I saw, except for this crazy woman who lives in a shack out there. No Rachel. Okay, I said. Marco and I are going to morph now. You want to go up top and make sure we're clear? Tobias opened his wings and swept low over our heads before catching a headwind and rising up above the treetops. Ready, Marco? I asked. Sure. I love this morph. It's cool. This is what morphing should always be like. We were planning to use our wolf morphs. For one thing, wolves ran in the forest, so we wouldn't be totally out of place. But more importantly, wolves have a magnificent sense of smell. Open the bag. Marco opened the bag and took out a girl's shirt. It belonged to Rachel. She'd left it at Cassie's house. We hoped it would still smell like Rachel. We were going to play Bloodhound. We shoved our clothes back into the bag and stood there in our morphing suits. Bike shorts and tops. Needless to say, we looked just a bit out of place. All clear, Tobias called down from somewhere above. Well, let's do it, I said to Marco. You look so Arnold when you get that expression, Marco teased. So what? So Arnold Schwarzenegger. I smiled. Oh, shut up. All right then, let's do it, Marco said, doing a pretty decent Arnold accent. I focused on the wolf. We had first acquired the wolf morph a while back when we were on a mission to destroy a Yerk truck ship. Wolf, I said to myself. The first change was the fur, gray and shaggy and as rough as carpeting. It sprouted from my human skin in a wave that rippled down from my neck all across my body. I could see my face bulging out, growing a long snout. It's very odd, because when you're a human, you can't really see your own nose, so it's definitely weird to have this long thing sticking out of your face. Of course, that's not exactly the only weird thing about morphine. Morphine seems like it should hurt. I mean, there are entire organs inside your body that are changing, even down to individual cells. Everything about you is changing within a couple of minutes. It doesn't hurt, though. I guess the Andalite scientists who discovered the process made sure of that. If it had hurt, it would have been pain too terrible to live through, especially when you're doing some really bizarre morph. Like into a lobster or an ant, when there's almost nothing left that's even slightly human. It didn't hurt, but it could definitely creep you out. I could hear my bones shifting and popping and stretching and squeezing. There was a grinding noise when my knee suddenly reversed direction. Hey, Jake? Marco said. He still had most of his human mouth. I started to answer him, but the sound that came out was more like Marco grinned, and at that second his mouth bulged into his snout. His teeth grew and multiplied and became the fearsome weapon of the wolf. I don't believe it! It's coming! Tobias yelled. It's coming! I didn't need to ask what Tobias meant. I looked up at the sky. A dust storm was blowing just above the trees. It's coming! And that's the end of that chapter, and the next chapter will come Monday at the earliest, if I don't fuck things up again. I'm sorry about having to drink in the middle of recording. I'm just reading the chapter. Hang on. No. But yeah. I had a couple ways to do Jake, and it's like I tried to do all of them this chapter, so hopefully I did well enough that at least it seemed comprehensible, because I had a few ideas and I just hope they actually flowed together tonight. So, eek. Hang on. Oh, God, sorry. Now I know I'll have milk for tonight, so hey, I won't be interrupting this by drinking. I just want to say it's funny. This book seems to be Tobias, n- n- Tobias flying by or noticing where Rachel is, but somehow missing her. Because he's like, oh yeah, like earlier in the book, Tobias is like, oh yeah, I saw these these little birds attacking this bald eagle. And it turns out to be, oh, that was Rachel. Oh, my bad. And then he's like, oh, I saw, there's no one out there except, this crazy woman in the woods. Where Rachel has just been captured. Tobias really, really does not have good timing in this book at all. I did like him early in this chapter when Marco's saying, why are you making yourself look pretty? And then Tobias is like, oh yeah, that the mouse, that you morphed earlier? Well, I ate one of those and it was fucking delicious, but it was just one of those meals that, this just really messy. And then Marco sort of gets queasy because he's just imagining himself being eaten. It's like, oh, good one, Tobias. It's like, Tobias doesn't have the outright humor that Marco has, but he does have his own sense of humor, and he can, you know, you you can make a comment about him, and he can sometimes throw it right back at you. So, what did you think about this chapter? What do you think about Tobias's timing in this book so far? And please comment down below to let me know your opinions. I would really like to start maybe a little conversation or something. And also, remember, no major spoilers. I'm sort of hoping against hope that people get into the Animorphs via these videos. So it's like there are some really major twists and turns which people shouldn't be aware of when they start getting into the series. But if you do want to talk spoilers to me and you're on YouTube, link in the description to my Tumblr Ask Box. And go talk about your theories there. I'll answer them. Yeah. And hey, if you're new to this series and you're a very new Phantomorph, welcome. We don't have cookies, but we do have some really wonderful cinnamon buns that you will just love. And if you were watching this video and you're like, hey, Megamorphs #1, The Andalite Skipped by K. Applegate, sort of seems awesome. If you would like your very own copy, if you're on the YouTube's link in the description, if you're on my blog, link down below, and both links will take you to where you can buy your very own copy of Megamorphs #1, The Andalite's Gift by K.A. Applegate. If you're on the YouTubes, please like this video if you liked Tobias's comeback to Marco that made him turn slightly green. And also, remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel to not miss out on any more Animorphs content. I am planning to do a dramatic reading of the entire Animorphs series, so yeah. So, keep tuned because I will keep on going throughout the entire Animorphs series, except Alternamorphs. I don't know which one I hate more, the TV show or Alternamorphs. Like it's very hard at times. But yeah, I won't be covering Alternamorphs. You can look those up yourself. I'm not dealing with that shit on this channel. And if you're watching on my bloggity blog and you're watching on the desktop version of my bloggity blog, please choose the choose the follow by email option. So you will never again miss a blog post by me. I just don't do these wonderful Jash Reads episodes. I do long posts. I do 2 giveaways each month, one for the site Flight Rising, the other for Dragon Cave. And for my next long blog post that I am slowly working on, it's a little different, but I'm still hoping that I make it well enough that people will actually pay attention to me and love me. In the next episode, Jash Reads will be more of Megamorphs #1, the Andalite's Gift. I plan to have the next Jash Reads episode on Monday, hopefully. So that again, the next Jash Reads episode will be on Monday and will be more of Megamorphs #1, The Andalite's Gift by K.A. Applegate. And now we approach the, I guess you could say, after show section where I very, very slowly work on a graphic. Let's see. Work on a graphic. And yeah, I give commentary. And this is especially useful if you want an excuse not to do anything for a couple, maybe a minute or two more. Or this wasn't really a hard chapter to deal with, but we'll get there when you might need to also have an excuse just to collect yourself before going to the real world again. Let's see. You are screen sharing, presenting to everyone. Okay. This is still live. Okay. So the graphic, what it will be at the end will be, the abandoned construction site. You'll see silhouettes of the Animorphs and the Game of Thrones quote, "If you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention." And so last time we just got this background, and we're going to mess with the lighting this time around and maybe the colors, just so we can get it more nighttime. So yeah, especially to hide that white fucking building in there. It's like, hey, it's like the abandoned construction site from the Animorphs series does not have some. Yeah, it doesn't have that. It doesn't have probably this either, but this is more believable in the Animorphs universe than like abandoned construction site, like less than a few feet away. Here's a building. Okay, let's do lights. Let me figure this out again. Fill, light, beauty, color. Oh, God damn. I haven't been exposure. Shit. God. So. Okay. Oh, this is actually useful. So as you can tell, as I'm saying, oh shit, does this work? That definitely makes it to be. I think that sort of solves the problem with white building, but anyways, okay, we still need that highlight there. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna do something. I'm like, oh, I think I might have solved this a little bit. But that's too much of a night for day shot there. Arg. So, damn. This is harder than it looks, folks. So, as you can tell, I am a Game of Thrones fan, as I'm like, oh, let's do this Game of Thrones quote. I wonder how I came up with that. I'm never going to learn my lesson. And so, yeah, the quote's, sort of a giveaway there. God damn. How can I do a night shot? How can I do? So, both the latest and the final season are are premiering. arc. Yeah, this is the final Game of Thrones that we will ever see, and that's like, to me, it's both a good thing and a bad thing. The bad thing, it, good thing is that there's not a lot of chances for them to fuck shit up anymore. But I think they may still find ways. Like the last episode, there was this cutesy John Danny scene that made it so it's like, so I have a question. Why? It made it seem like, well, riding a dragon was just no big deal, that anyone can ride a dragon. You don't really need training or anything, and it was just like, really? Really? Right? Like, when Danny rode Drogon for the first time, it really meant something. But the thing is, John was able to ride it in was able to ride Rhaegal and like with no problem at all. And it was just like, really? Really? You're telling. And like, I was one of the things I really wanted from the latest season was to see John ride Rhaegal, but it was too much of a cheesy John Danny moment, and it failed to keep the gravitas of actually riding a fucking dragon. Damn, you can still see that white building. Damn it! And like, and there's like, John's like, oh no, I don't know how to ride a dragon. Dan's like, just ride it. Like, when he's asking, like, how the fuck do I hold on? She's like, just find anything. Like, really? You're saying this is for your love of your life, and you know how dangerous dragons can be? And to add it up to that, neither Danny nor John realize, hey, he's riding a dragon so easily, maybe he's a Targaryen. Nope. For some reason. Listen, I know the whole joke is John knows nothing, but come on, please. Come on, there's limits here. It's not like it. No, no, no. It doesn't work like that. You can't just say, well, John's a little slow on the uptake, so you know, he doesn't notice because he's like is slow on the uptake. And folks, I'm trying to figure out a way to do it, get it darker. I have a plan. It's not much of one. Yeah, that's not much of a plan there. Like, I know John, the whole joke is like, John knows nothing. But there comes a point when it's like that. But there comes a point when it makes no sense. There's a point I know he knows nothing, and it's like, oh, okay, that actually makes sense. He knows nothing. Okay, it was a joke by Ygritte. It didn't mean he actually knew nothing. But now, like, D&D's like, D&D, the creators of the show are like, yeah, he knows nothing. Yeah, and he's really slow on the uptake. It's like, really? There's slow on the uptake, and then there's I'm riding a dragon and I don't realize I'm a Targaryen. There, yeah, there's sort of a difference there. Okay, now I'm going to try the color, not the colors, the exposure. And okay, I think that's good. I think that's good there. I think it's dark enough. No, fudge. I am not feeling good about this. And like I had a plan and everything, and this was going to be nice, simple, short, and sweet. And then life is like, oh yeah, let me throw something at you. God, I can't do a night for day. I can't do a night for day, Sean, this piece of shit. Linotropa. Damn. No, that doesn't work. I was like, I got something. Oh, old photos. This could have some. Let's see. Okay, that works, I guess, halfway decently. Okay, let's see. I think I have one of this. No. No, 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 I don't want that one. I think this first one. God damn it. I don't know what I want. These are the most infuriating kind of fucking graphics I deal with. Okay, actually think this is going to be the one that sells it. Maybe it's like getting close. Actually, shit, I can crop it again. I can crop it as many times as I want. Because one of the fucking problems was this fucking sky over there. Okay, now it's actually good. Now it sort of looks like night, except for right here. But I still want to get one of these buildings in, so here we are. Damn it. This was really infuriating. I luckily have not had an instance like this before on one of the graphics I've been doing as sort of this Aftershow thingy-majig. But it has happened for actually the cover for Megamorphs 1. It happened for that, and then it also happened for Animorphs number 7. It's just like I have these ideas, and then it takes like 30 minutes for me to figure shit out. So I'm sorry you had to deal with that, but yeah, because it's boring and not fun to, and it's not that quick. So yeah, I'm sorry. And if you have sat through that, you are all angels. And a reminder that the next episode Jash reads will be more of Megamorphs number 1, The Andalite's Gift, and will air sometime on Monday, hopefully. And until next video, goodbye.